What is happening, guys? Welcome on back to the walkthrough. Alright, let's continue on. Before we continue through the path for progression, we are actually going to head right back to Hotel Krat, take care of some things. We got the one cipher machine quest. I couldn't think of the word. The one cipher that we collected last episode to go decipher here. So we're going to take care of that real quick, and we're also going to craft the weapon that's going to take us to the end of the DLC. Which is the best weapon in the game, in my opinion. It's just such a fun weapon. But anyway, we'll go talk to the tracker. We're gonna get that quest.
Any enemy of the alchemy.
We're gonna go decipher decrypt a cipher machine. We're gonna hand over the corroded cipher machine that we got from the cave.
Let's check what's inside. I know this place. The puppet murdered a human from the look of this.
He's going to tell you all about the puppet that murdered a human and then was trapped inside of a cave. You might recognize this picture. That's right by where that other robot dude was that we were talking to. And then I had told you to remember that area. That's exactly where we're going to head back to. So go ahead and head back to the Stargazer, and then we're going to head to the Ancient Ruins Excavation site. And this is a pretty grim story, too. Like, I definitely recommend, immersing yourself into this story, reading the entire story, because this one hit me hard on my Let's Play. It's pretty deep. But anyway, though, run down through here, the same way we took for the progression path for the elevator. Take the path on the left here, then down the stairs. And take the left around. You're going to have that decoded cipher pop up there. It's just going to remind you where this is. We're just going to go down here, and to the right side, you're going to be hearing something behind here, like something is mining through. If you investigate this, strange noises emanate from the wall that looks breakable. We just smack the wall, or break the wall, and back through. So basically, sum of the story up is this puppet was trapped back here with this dude that is obviously a human, and he died because he's a human. But this puppet wasted his entire life trying to mine these guys out, and it's just a very grim story. You know, these guys were trapped. This puppet did not give up. He became a friend with this human, and obviously the human died because, we don't live forever, but puppets, they can continue to go till their batteries die, basically. And so his battery is dead, but he was able to basically dig him out. So it's just a neat story, little grim story. But then go ahead and investigate that. It's going to give you the Misfits diary, and that will just explain a little bit more of him. This is the diary that the dude wrote while he was trapped. So enjoy that. But anyway, though, we're just going to run back to the Stargazer then. If you don't have a lot of ergo, you can also just die here. It's also not a big deal. But if you did level, or if you didn't level, you might have some ergo. So just go back to the Stargazer. It's pretty quick. And then we're going to go back to Hotel Krat, and we're going to turn that quest in. Oops, not that one. And then just go back and talk to the tracker.
Any enemy of the alchemy.
Go ahead and report on Krat's dark secrets and about the secret of the spider cave.
I can't say I'm surprised the alchemists caused the spider cave incident. I'd wager even they didn't expect the truth to be revealed by a puppet. Just how many years did that poor puppet stand alone, swinging its pickaxe in the dark? The thought of it truly makes my heart ache. I dare say that minor puppet showed more humanity than the alchemists. I pray the two friends found peace at last.
And that'll just give you an ancient disc, so that's not very good reward for that, but like I said, this is a completionist guide, so you will get everything. But that's all there. Then we're going to go over to Klaus. Go over to Klaus, talk to Klaus.
Well met,
and we're going to go ahead and trade rare ergo. We're going to go trade for this blade right here. If you've played Bloodborne, this thing is basically like a Bloodborne weapon, and I'll show you here. It's going to be the Pale Nightblade, so make sure and get that. And then we're going to go max that out real quick. Probably have to use some Ergo too if you use the boss stuff to level. So just make sure and, you know, use some Ergo real quick. I'll just pop some of these. And 12,000 should be enough. We're going to upgrade that weapon all the way to +5. It's a boss weapon, so it can only be taken to +5. By now, you should definitely have enough material for this. You've picked up a couple full moonstones of the Covenant now. Anyway, though, once that's maxed out, we're going to go to Alter Handle, and we're going to alter the handle of that to Motivity, so we can get an A rank on Motivity on that. And then also, too, you can repair broken grindstones here, repair the cutting grindstone or repair piercing grindstone. Honestly, I played around with these on my Let's Play. Didn't notice that much of a damage difference, but you could mess around with it. But anyway, from there, we're just going to go backwards here. We're going to grab a few things here. We're going to switch back to the shotgun. So just go ahead and switch your Legion arm back to Cataclysm. And, I mean, you can play with Puppet String, too. I'm just going to go to Cataclysm myself, just because I feel it works good for this next area. And then we're finally going to upgrade with our quartz. So if you didn't do this already, I definitely recommend go picking up those last pieces of quartz from Klaus real quick. And I should have done that while I was over there. I'm obviously not thinking tonight, but it's okay. We'll get through this. There should be 2 quartz here that we can buy from Klaus. Go ahead and pick both of them up. And now we should have a total of like 7 quartz. 7 or 8. We'll see here. I did not write that down in my notes, sadly. I wrote down what to grab, but not how much we have. Yeah, 7. Perfect. Okay, so we're first going to go into the upgrade P organ. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to upgrade a few things. So first thing we're going to do is lower charge attack of stamina consumption. So find that one. Lower charge attack of stamina consumption. Charge attack of stamina consumption. Or wait a second. Okay, so it's in the next one. It's in the ability type. So lower charge attack, stamina consumption. Go ahead and grab that. And then also increase special grind effect duration. So increase special grindstone effect duration. And then we are going to go out of this into the regular menu, and we're going to go down to this one. We're going to grab the rest of this. We should have 2 from before, from my previous walkthrough, if you had followed that. We're going to go ahead and slot these 2 in. These can kind of be whatever you choose. I wrote down on my sheet, let's see here. Charge Legion is what I wrote here. So Charge Legion when eliminating an enemy. And then I had written down the consumable duration. Increase consumable effect duration just for the grindstones that we use. It'd be nice to be able to have that last a little bit longer from here on out. So go ahead and get that. Main reason though is to retain guard regain 2. We're going to regain more health that way that we can get back once we get hit as long as we block it. So definitely a good thing to have. You go ahead and go back to your P organ, and then the upgrade to P organ, and we're just going to enhance a few other things here. We use the rest of our quartz here, and these can be up to you. Completely your choice, but I am going to just do enhance charge stagger attack and increase stagger duration and then enhance fatal attack. So, like I said, you can grab really whatever you want. It doesn't really matter, but that's just kind of what I recommend from here. But once we've done all that, we're pretty much ready to go on out. If you want to, you know, change up your look a bit, you know, we have other costumes, you know, this is the time to do it. I'll just put this on. We'll be getting some new stuff real soon, so we'll just roll with this. This kind of looks good with the gunblade. But to show you the gunblade real quick, let me grab that. So the gunblade is pretty freaking cool. Also, too, you're going to notice how our weight limit has gone extremely down using this, so That's another benefit to this. But anyway, increased damage inflicted on puppets. I'm going to put that back on. And all these should be the same for now. But anyway, though, we have, for our right attack, we have just a quick little slash. Easy damage, you know, just a nice great sword attack. This is the coolest part of the weapon, though. Our charge attack, it's so addicting. I mean, you just bang up the damage on this. And if you double tap it, you'll go in twice. So basically how I did that was I hold down, hit it again, and you'll go in twice. And then on top of that, our Fable Arts. So if we look at our Fable Arts, we have this as well. So this is like just a full-on Bloodborne build from here on out. This is the exact build I used in my Let's Play during the end of it. I fell in love with it. This weapon is so freaking fun. You'll have a great time with this. So that's definitely the coolest thing, in my opinion, that is in this DLC. Very, very cool weapon. But with all that out of the way, let's go head on out. Teleport to Stargazer, and we're going to just teleport back to the sealed arm of God's altar. And I mean, if you don't enjoy the gun sword, you can play with just a normal, you know, big smashing weapon like we were playing with before. It's completely up to you. I'm just showing, you know, what I think is personally the funnest way to play this, and also not just the most fun, but just, you know, the best way to be a badass. This weapon is just freaking cool, and it will basically disintegrate the rest of this DLC as well. But anyway, there's some lore right there, and then we're going to take this elevator down, and this is going to take us to Leia's hideout. Or I guess I should say Leia's camp. And there's some creepy stuff to listen to here at Leia's camp, too. And I'm actually going to let one play entirely out, just because it's so well done. And there's a hidden little Easter egg inside of it that I want to point out as well. So over to the left, there's going to be some things to pick up. Leia's note. And like I said, this is Leia's camp that she was staying at. You'll get a bunch of things here, too, from Leia. There's nothing up here, just these stairs that go up here to nothingness. But here is where things get interesting. So there's two transcodes here that we get to listen to. One is from Leia, and one is from good old Arlecchino. Now, Arlecchino, if you didn't remember, he is the dude that is on the cell phones, basically, during the base game. Not the cell phones. The telephone, when they ring, the King of Riddles, that is Arlecchino in the present. Now, in the past, though, Arlecchino is a completely different puppet. We'll learn about him more as we go, but this is one of the transcripts, though, that when he had Romeo. Now, I had told you earlier in the Let's Play, or I told you earlier in the walkthrough back at the zoo, to remember that area where there was a blade on a table and it looked like a puppet ripper's blade. Remember that as you listen to this, because that's where this is taking place at, in my belief. There are a couple other people that believe this too online. I've done some research into the lore on this. I believe it's happening at the zoo. But anyway, request to a friend. This will be Leia's transcript.
If you've received this message, then I'm likely dead.
And I'm going to skip through this one. This is just Leia.
Tell Romeo. Tell him to be happy.
But the very next one is Arlecchino's. So this next one I'm actually going to let play through all the way. Feel free to skip to the end if you don't want to listen to it, but I do recommend listening to it. There's some interesting things here.
To my dearest and most esteemed stalker, I wish I could personally see your face this very moment. How do you like my masterpiece? I poured my very soul into it with all my heart.
This gets really creepy.
There is no need for formal introductions, of course not. For it is I, your dear Arlecchino. You Arms, legs, a sunny outlook on life. And then you drove nine blades through me. All on your own. So, I have only you to thank, yes? I am grateful.
So he's strapping Romeo down to a table right now.
In my life have I ever known such shameful disgrace and such overwhelming joy.
And he's sharpening his blades right now. You can hear it all in the background.
Correctly. Joy. For in that moment, my dear, you became interesting, worthy of my attention and study. All humans are intriguing to me, but you shall help me shape my study of humanity, my magnum opus.
Listen to the background.
One can never be too careful, so you must be assessed. Starting now.
That's Romeo screaming in the background.
My dear stalker, I have crafted a test that will reveal your heart, your soul, your true self. It's a simple choice. Life is precious, so I wonder, which life do you value more? Yours or your apprentice's? When you have listened to this message, do pay a visit to the Rose Estate. I have something you want back, don't I? And you owe me, stalker, one way or another. I intend to collect that debt.
Okay, so basically what had happened, and what a lot of people believe too, and myself including, at the zoo where I showed you that table, and I might put it on the screen right here too if I get gutsy enough with editing, where that table was with that blade, I believe that's where this happened, but in the recording you can hear Romeo screaming after he's strapped onto a table. That is Romeo getting his arms chopped off by Arlecchino, which we will find later at the Rose Estate. But that's just something creepy I wanted to point out. Very dark, very grim, and just altogether just disturbing as heck. But anyway, though, let's continue on. They did such a good job with this game and DLC altogether.
Leia must be headed to the Rose Estate. If we can save Leia and Romeo, I think this is our shot at changing things.
So this will take us to the Sea Cliffs. Go ahead and rest here. And gather your composure, too. I understand that was very, very disturbing to listen to. Anyway, though, from here, what we're going to do first is we're going to put on back electric stuff. We're going to be fighting a few puppets here, so definitely have some electric canisters, throwing cells, and also just, you know, something your choice. I'm going to put throwing cluster grenades there. Also, too, it's nice to have, you know, just sawtooth wheels to lead enemies out, but it's your choice completely. Anyway, though, we're going to head on back out through here, down this path. I'm actually going to change this real quick to electric, too. That might be nice. You're going to see a way path over here. We're going to end up going down and around to get up here. But first, we're going to go to this way path over here. It's going to drop down onto here. That's going to give us a little item here. And drop down into here. We're going to go backstab this wet guy. Even the backstabs with this weapon are just so freaking good. You're going to remember these guys from the base game. They're a little faster in the DLC than base game, so just be ready for them. Here, you're going to want to take out this dude first. And then there's going to be a dude throwing things up here. You're going to want to kind of just run around here and get this dude next. And then you can take out the dude throwing stuff. Just kind of bait him over here in the corner. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. But the more you play around with this weapon, you're going to really grow to like it. Then we're going to, right away, we're just going to go up here on this path to take this out first. There's going to be another dude ready to shoot on the bridge. Just be ready for him. Probably could have got a backstab there if I would have played that a little differently. And now up here, there's going to be one of these things. You remember, I'm sure, from the base game, these things. This one's kind of tricky. I'm going to bait him across the bridge to fight him, because I feel like it will work better. So just bait him across. He'll come over here. This also messes with his like programming too, because he doesn't know how to fight as well over here, because he's not designed to be over here. So you can kind of use that to your advantage. But once he's out of the way, just go ahead and cross the bridge. There's going to be a dog that pops out. And then you're home free to go get that chest. So, that right where we were over there standing, where we saw that thing, that's where we're at now. That'll just give you another ancient disc. And then you can go two ways here. You could go drop down through here. Or you could go back and around. It's up to you completely. Just remember this dog down here, though. Oh, and then I completely rolled off from the dare. Okay, it's okay. As long as you take out one first. Because if you have two of these things going at you, they can kind of wither away your health pretty quick. Anyway, though, just to, you know, where we are basically is we went up there, went over this bridge, then we came back down and around. Then you can also grab this too if you missed this before. And then we can go down here, and we're going to fight one of those guys that like to put things into the ground. The same dude that came out of the waterfall before, that annoying thing. Yeah, we get to fight another one. I feel like this one's a tad easier to take out, though, than the last one. I don't know why. It just feels like it, so you got that going for you. Don't be afraid to use some Fable on him, too. That just seems to help a lot. Also, too, maybe pop one of these. Also, too, always grind up your weapon. Just don't hit the mine. Oh. But yeah, I feel like that one dies quicker than the other one. Not sure why. Then you'll pick up this empty painkillers, so you'll use these painkillers later on when Leia needs them, so just hold on to them, don't sell them or anything like that. And that's going to take us to the next Stargazer. Let's go ahead and get a level here. So you have choices here. I recommend either leveling motivity or just more vitality. Vigor, there's no need for that anymore for the stamina. We got plenty of stamina for this weapon, so either you can up your damage or up your health. I'm going to go with damage just because I feel like our health is pretty good at 40 and I don't think 50 is needed, so I'm going to just start going motivity from here. Also, too, there's a little option, too, if you wanted to. I think you can talk with Gemini here, so if you want some more just like little interaction with Gemini, you can talk to him.
About what I just put that as...
But it doesn't matter either way. From here, we're going to go on to the left here. Talk to the merchant.
Indeed. Hey, what do I...
We're going to go ahead and purchase a few things here. We're going to purchase... Well, we might need to sell some ergo first, but we're going to purchase the Giant's Amulet. We'll need that later. And also, we should probably buy some ampule, anti-freeze ampules too, so feel free to sell some ergo here. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, just buy some of those, and also, this is the thing you definitely want to buy, though, the Giant's Amulet. We'll need that later for one of those Krat's Dark Secrets areas. But once you're done with talking to the merchant, we're going to move on through here. And now we get to do the Ice Lake, which I hate the Ice Lake, to be honest. This is kind of an annoying area. There's some annoying enemies in this area as well. But not too bad, just annoying. Here you're going to run to a new type of alchemist. These ones, they're not too bad. You can get backstabs on them, which make them a lot better. If you don't get the backstab on them, just be careful. They can, lock you down. Definitely, use your block, use your guard regain. That's a reason we grabbed some of that guard regain. And obviously just a few grunts too to deal with, but like I said, this area, I think it's more confusing than, I don't know, maybe not the laboratory, but there's definitely an area that's confusing here because I managed to get lost in my Let's Play pretty good. These guys, if you let them do their stab, you can get around them for a backstab a lot of times. Now, there will be a version of those dudes that we can't do a backstab on, and we'll run into one of those here in a bit. And they're a little bit tougher to take out. But for the most part, the ones with the blades can all be backstabbed. I like to wait till they get back up a little bit. And then go and finish them off. That way you can just take them out like that. There's not much to gather in these ships, surprisingly. There's a few lore pieces here and there, but not too much. Up here, we're going to go... There's going to be a new type of creature that jumps out here. I recommend taking out this thing first. Because there's going to be a new fish that jumps up here. A corroded fish. A few of them. And you can kind of choose what you want to use here for your amulet. And I don't know, it's hard to say which you're going to be fighting more of. You fight a good deal of puppets, but honestly, those, like, alchemist guys, they probably are the ones to worry about here the most, so probably switching to humans would be the best for this. Increases, since his alchemists are human. They're not a corrupted creature, and they're not a puppet, so they are human, so I'm going to switch it to humans. We'll need that for the boss of this area as well. Here you're going to want to run across. This fish is going to jump up here too. Be ready for that. The second you engage with this dude. And now this ship will have one of the new alchemist dudes that is a little bit harder to take out. You want to use your special grindstone, it's a great dude to use it on. So there's two ways to go here. There is this route back through here, and then there's the route down. So the route down is actually the progression path, but this path will take you to a roundabout area, which gives you another stargazer. So it's kind of weird. It feels like it's progression, but it's not. On over here, you're going to want to take out this dude first. Go ahead and backstab him if you can. And then you'll want to take out this guy next, the alchemist. And hopefully that guy doesn't see us. He did. Okay. Well, now we gotta fight a gun dude and an alchemist dude. Yeah, that's what I was not wanting to do. The goal is to not let the gun dude come down, take out the alchemist first, and then take out the gun dude. Oh, perfect. He's walking right back. That's perfect. There we go. Just get this guy's attention. I don't know why he doesn't want to fight us. But we're going to do it like that. Because that can get kind of sketchy with him shooting at us and an alchemist dude right there. Not the most fun. But anyway, they'll go through the tunnel here, and then you're going to have another stargazer right over here. Now, like I said, this feels like the progression path, but it is not. So remember that. It's going to trip you up. It's going to make you think it is, and it's going to drive you crazy. Like I said, I got lost here. My Let's Play pretty good. From here, we're just going to go backwards a little bit here, back up through here. We're also going to switch in the corrupted thing, too. So we were fighting humans. We're going to fight corruptions in this cave. So go ahead and put on the one that gives damage on carcasses. And I'm also going to go flip these to fire. That way I don't forget. That'll be handy for later on. So we're done fighting puppets for the most part. Up here there'll be a couple corruptions to deal with. You want to drop down here then, open up this chest. Going to give you just a Legion caliber. And then we're going to go down, run down here where the fog is. You're going to notice puppets fighting corruptions. You can either let them kill each other, or you can intervene. The puppets will win this fight, so it's kind of up to you if you want to wait for them to kill the carcasses. Yeah, there you go. These are long-range shots, though, so just be careful here. You don't want to go too far over there because there's going to be a thing that drops down, so be careful with that. Somehow that puppet died. I don't even know how. He must have died from the corrupted creature thing. Anyway, though, if we look up, that is going to be an elite up there that we can fight. You can do this different ways. You can throw something at him to lead him down here, or you can just go close and he'll jump down. It's up to you. But I'm going to pop some fire. I'm going to run here. This thing's pretty dangerous, so be careful. It has some heavy smash attacks. As you see the damage it gives pretty well too. But it does give you plenty of times to get some attacks into. Wait till it does all that stuff, and then you can go attack them. But once you kill that elite, you can go ahead and grab that little arrow chunk. And then head up this little hill right here. And you're gonna hear somebody talking. This part's kind of interesting. He talks about Adelinas. Yeah. But all it is just a corrupted dude wearing a headpiece here, which is kind of interesting. Here, though, you definitely want to take out these dudes first. And there's going to be one more in here, too. Yep, there he is. Let him come down. Just let him attack you. Come on. You'll see why I'm playing this slow here in a second. There is a elite that we have to fight that is kind of difficult coming up. So I'm trying to maintain my health flasks as much as possible. But as you see, we killed that guy. We got a crown there. So kind of cool if you want to look at that crown. I'm not really sure on the lore of that. It has to do with something with Adelina. But you do get the Puppet Prince's Imperial crown, which is kind of cool. Anyway, though, you can leave the cave. Up here, there's a few things to grab on your way back down, and you'll notice that you're going to drop down into here, and there's just going to be an ampule over here you'll want to pick up too. This is basically the whole reason to do that cave. But to put in perspective where we are, as you can see, you can get kind of lost here. We had gone through there, gone up and around, thinking that was progression, going in there, getting a Stargazer. In reality, this is just back down here, back into this area. So we're going to go right back into the boat now, and now we're going to take the path for progression. So definitely you're going to want to save a special grindstone here for this dude. This dude is kind of irritating to fight. The reason why is because he can lock you down with his rapier. So just go ahead and spawn a special grindstone and break his weapon. Just hold up block, let him break your, let him go at it. He'll break it. Get the stagger. And now he doesn't have a weapon, so now he's just going to hit you with this little pointing thing. Does barely any damage. Makes this fight very trivial. So yeah. And then you'll want to save your other grindstone for the dude coming up here. But over here, definitely, if you have any throwables, recommend using them here. Just because you're gonna, these ones do sink, so get off those as soon as possible. As you see, they break. Over here, there's going to be more too. I recommend doing this by running through and hanging out on that ledge right where my head is and fighting the fish that come up. Or you can fight back here too. So just run straight across. Alright, there we go. And now we're going to fight an elite. So an elite's going to bust through a wall over there and attack us. Go ahead and heal up. And go ahead, you know, you can use fire on this dude. Also, too, these work great canisters to bleed them. If you have Fable built up, also remember to use that. But I'm going to use a special grindstone right off the bat. And just try to break his weapon. Oh shit. There we go. Watch out for the big attack. But once he's dead, go ahead and grab the safe. And that's going to give you the frozen cipher. So the King of Krat uses machine to conceal. This is one of the dark secrets of Krat. We'll deal with that coming up here. Well, anyway, though, once all that's done, you can go ahead and cross here. And this will take you to the next Stargazer. I'm going to go ahead and get a level here. Oops. Alright, so now we're going to fight a boss. So inside that ship, we're going to fight Lumacchio. So that dude that was kind of skeezy and leaning on the side of the thing in the cave that we talked to, and he told us a little bit about the Rose Estate and a little bit about Romy and all that. Well, now we get to fight him. Now, he's a two-phase fight, 1 health bar. So once we get his health down to basically halfway or a little more, he's going to convert himself into a corrupted creature. So that leads me to, you know, what do we use here? Well, we don't use either of them. We don't use human or this. The reason why is because his second status, in the second part of the fight, once he's no longer human, he immediately puts out decay on every attack that he hits you with. So everything he hits you with, he puts out decay. So if you have the Piercing Hatred Amulet, this will make your life so much easier. Definitely recommend putting that on for this fight. Also increased weight limits, and that's about it. Yeah, I thought I'd have a light load here, but I guess slightly heavy is what we came out to be. But first phase is just going to be pretty much a human fight. We can get backstabs on him. He fights very similar to the White Lady. So if you remember the White Lady from the base game, a lot of his moveset is very similar to that. With a rapier, he fights with an umbrella, and you can get behind him and give backstabs. But once he transforms, you can no longer do the backstabs. The best route that I figured is, you know, pop that special grindstone to keep your block up, perfect block them, and just try to perfect block them as much as possible, and then just get attacks off. Also, fire works very well in the second phase as well. Yeah, if you do die during the second phase, you do have to fight the entire thing, the entire version of him again. But he's not that bad of a boss, though. Just play it safe. First phase is, you know, just fighting a human. It's not too bad. Anyway, that would drop down here. You can also use acid on him too, so I'm going to actually pop some acid before opening this door, because I feel like that might help his health bar a bit. But just activate this and that'll play out. He'll have some dialogue here to run through too as well. Your choices don't matter here, you can choose whatever.
How in the world are you? All that.
So just go about, ask about why, and once you run through all of his dialogue, then he will start to fight you.
Was a nuisance. The legendary storm. It is indeed. That's so cool. You see, I am great now. You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
As you see, though, we can just easily get backstabs. When he does this, back away, or go forward. You don't want to actually stand there or get to the side. He will hit you. So be ready for that. Every time he uses the umbrella, go for a backstab. He does have an ampule, too. He will use and get some health back. And that attack, you kind of want to either go to the side or forward. Not dodge it the way I did. You can break his umbrella, too. He's going to drink an ampule. Let him just drink his ampule. He only has one of these. His health will come back, but that's all he has for this fight,
as
though.
reward for my contributions.
With a couple attacks, you'll have him head back right where he was before, anyway. Basically, just play it right, try to, you know, stay right by him and try to get around him. Let him finish his combos. Pretty basic stuff here. Okay, he's going to transform now. This is where you want to pop this. And then just hold up your block. Go ahead and get some attacks in. You kind of want to play it defensive here. You don't want to be too aggressive here, because he will just kind of wreck you. But yeah, he's pretty easy boss once you get him down. Go ahead and talk to him.
Oh dear, good kind fellow here, I can explain.
He's gonna want to you to spare him and whatnot. I recommend killing him here,
Because I had to, because I
because you will get humanity points for killing him.
This isn't whatever she got up to, even a bounty competition. This for the cure. But no, I must have treatment.
And then go ahead and just punish him.
What? No, please.
So then just slice him.
No. I was chosen!
And that will just give you some humanity points. But that is Lumacchio. The second phase, like I said, you use your special grindstone that second phase. As long as you can get those perfect blocks, that is the key to this fight. You can lock them down. And also, too, like I said, make sure and use your Piercing Hatred Amulet. It will make your life so much better. But, like I said, not too bad of a boss. I'm sure you guys can do that. But let's go ahead and move on. We're going to be right next to another Stargazer.
It's the terrible conclusion that schemers like him face in the end. What a fall from grace. He had everything. Why throw it all away like this?
Okay, so the boss is dead, but that is actually not the most annoying area of the level. This next area, I'd say, is the most annoying part. Remember the Stargazer, because we're not going to see another Stargazer for a while. So manage your health. Manage your health flasks is the best thing I can recommend during this next part. Also, you're definitely going to want to have carcasses back on, damage against carcasses. That way you'll have a light status again instead of slightly heavy. And then also, too, if you looked, by killing him, Lumacchio, you actually get Lumacchio's outfit. It's kind of cool. It matches the blade pretty well, so go ahead and put that on if you want. But yeah, like I said, this next area is really damn annoying. And I'll try to get it through the best way possible, but just remember to manage your health flasks and use block, all that good stuff. There's going to be a lot of enemies in this one room. I recommend trying to bait them out the best you can, and try not to take any damage. Over here, there's going to be a bunch that come out at you. I recommend running out and baiting them out, and then running back here, and just taking your time with them. There's like 3 elites that we have to fight in this next part, and each one has a pretty good amount of health. So we want to play this very, very safe. There's going to be one more dude back here in this room. Careful. I believe that was the last dude. We did that without taking any damage. That's good. Alright, so now once we get outside here, things get pretty interesting. And I honestly haven't found the best way to go about this whole thing yet, but I'm going to show you what I recommend. It really is just a shitty area. Anyway though, once you step outside here, fun begins. So, there's basically a cannon that's going to be shooting at you while you're running across all this ice that breaks apart. So there's a little bit of platforming here, and on top of that you have all these corruption creatures running at you as well, and it just becomes a complete nightmare. Now, there are going to be a lot of items to pick up along the way. The only item worth really getting is the butterflies when they come up for the discs. There's going to be an ancient disc. All the other items are just little things that you don't even need. Basically just trash pickups. So I'm not even going to worry about the trash pickups. We're going to sprint through this area all the way to the butterfly area, then clean up the enemies that are nearby us, then get the butterflies, and then go to and then finish the platforming area out. It's going to be a lot of running. That's why I would definitely recommend you don't have slightly heavy on anymore. Be a lighter build than that. If you need to take off a weapon, maybe, but I don't. Definitely keep a weapon on. You're going to need a weapon, so I wouldn't really recommend that. But we're just going to do some running. So get ready to run. We're not going to pick up any items. The only items we're going to grab are the ones that will be nice to have. But the rest of this stuff is just going to be kind of tricks to get you to want to pick up items. But like I said, you don't want to pick up any of this stuff because it can really bite you in the butt. There's a lot of tricks through here. Alright, we're going to get behind this wall here so we can't get shot by things. And remember, I said manage your health flasks. I'm serious about that. Once all that stuff is dead, then the butterflies are going to spawn over here, and that's where we can, you know, go ahead and use a health flask if you need to. And you'll do one, and you'll get an ancient disc for that. Then we're just going to do some more running again. Just keep running. Come over here and we're going to fight the stuff that's here. Try not to use any health flask if you don't have to. We didn't do too bad. We used 2 health flasks. So we're going to get ready to fight another elite here. So be ready for that. I'm going to go ahead and heal up one more time. So down to 7 now. And go ahead and spawn out one of your special grindstones. And go ahead and run in here. And get this guy's attention. We want to break his weapon as fast as possible. Yeah, that's one of the elites done. Save your special grindstone, you'll need that later. And then bait this guy down here. And you're going to see I'm going to take this very slowly all through the rest of this because, like I said, we're not going to have a Stargazer for quite some time yet. So if you die, you have to run through all of that again. So be very, very careful through this entire thing. That's also going to tell you a little bit Aladoro, and that's when you find out the tracker is actually Aladoro, and he is wanted dead or alive. This part's pretty confusing through this area, so to go through the progression, you need to go down and around. Now the thing is, there's going to be these guards all over here, so be careful with that. The thing is, if you drop down here, you'll get the attention of this one right down here. So you kind of want to bait these guys out first. So I'm going to kind of do just that. There we go. Whatever it takes to get this guy to come alone. Not all of them together. That's exactly not what I wanted to happen. Well, we're going to fight for our life here. Yeah, these things are the elite ones, and they are not fun. I really didn't want to have to use my special grindstone yet either, so that's good that we were able to do that. Yeah, definitely only get that guy's attention when the other one is not walking by that. If he gets too close, he's going to see you no matter what. Try to fight one of those at a time, though. It'll make your life so much easier. Anyway, though, that was probably the hardest part of this area, to be honest. That little entrance, because of that. Here, you just go kill this grunt. And then here we get to learn some awesome lore. So we get to learn this is actually the ship they brought Arlecchino back on. So when they found Arlecchino and they rebuilt him for whatever reason, I don't know why you would rebuild a mad puppet, or a puppet that's gone mad, but they decided to rebuild him, and then they decided to ship him on this container. And they had locked him up inside of one of these cells. I think it's this cell, because this is the mad puppet's message. So if you wanted to listen to it, you could. And we're not going to listen to this one just because it's, I mean, I definitely recommend listening to it, but it's not as grim as the other one. This one just kind of says how he was basically rebuilt from scratch, and he thanks the alchemists for rebuilding him, but then he murders all of them. But basically the alchemists, though, they hauled him over in the ship, and he broke out, and Arlecchino killed everybody. So yeah, just some kind of cool lore there.
Do I even want to know what was in that cell? Or what kind of monster it was? Probably not. But here's hoping a deranged beast hasn't been set loose upon the world.
A few more pieces of lore to gather over here, too. Then we'll go back through here. Make your way on there. And now we just got to fight across the ship deck here a little bit. The hardest ones are fought for the most part. There's just a few more to take on. You're going to have a dude over here that's going to be managing the gun. You can go over there and give him a backstab if you're quick enough. And then also these will not respawn once you blow them up. So if you wanted to go back and run through and grab all those items that you missed, you could. But in all honesty, they're just items that are consumables, stuff you can buy at merchants and stuff like that. So not really needed. Go ahead and grab that moonstone. And then over here, gonna be some more lore pieces. A lot of lore through here. And then over here, there's just like a little ship deck opening. There's nothing out here. They just put this here for some reason. I don't know why, but just for decoration, I guess, to make it seem more real. But anyway, drop down into this hole. And I believe, I don't think we can break that. Nope, okay. And then we're gonna get a stargazer. So the stargazer's right out through here. Go ahead and grab that. This will be the progression path, but first we're going to go up top and we're going to get another weapon that is in the DLC. Basically another motivity weapon. It's basically a giant mace. Kind of cool. I used it a little bit in the Let's Play. It's alright. We have to fight one more elite, though, up here as well, so just be careful about that. We're going to try to get the attention of one of these guys at a time. There's two of them that are grunts, and they're one elite. So the elite is the one on the way past the left. The other one I want to bait over if I can, without having the other one come. There we go. Hopefully he comes alone. That'd be great. Oh shit. No, come back here. Alright, and then we have the elite, so go ahead and heal up, go ahead and pop your perfect grindstone, and go ahead and fight him. Break his weapon too. And go ahead and grab the mace. That will give you the Silent Evangelist mace head. So just to show the mace a little bit, kind of cool weapon. Definitely matches the outfit too. This is why I used it in my Let's Play at this point, because I had this outfit, so I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Has a nice swing attack, does some good, you know, motivity damage. Has a pretty fast swing too. I like the advancing on it, so yeah, pretty cool weapon. Like I said, I used it a little bit, and it was pretty fun to use. It can really knock some shit out of good stuff, so pretty cool. But yeah, definitely, it's kind of funny how many motivity weapons they gave us in the DLC, which I'm not complaining. Motivity is definitely the best build, in my opinion. We definitely got treated right. Strength builds unite, you know. Anyway, though, progression path. We're gonna go down back through here, drop back down through here, and back to the Stargazer. Hopefully, you guys didn't have too much trouble with that area. That is a very annoying area. It'd be nice if they had some sort of checkpoint during in the middle of that, because that is so much to get through. Go ahead and level if we can. Okay, before we go any further, we actually forgot to grab a side quest. We got so excited to fight the boss that we forgot to actually visit the fish dude. So go back to the Shipwreck Exterior. That was right before we had fought Lumacchio. Basically, if we go to the left here, we're going to run into a dude that went out to sea to catch the fish of his dreams, and he did just that. You'll see the fish he caught. So we'll run down this path. Some radiant air go along the way. Then you'll hear the fisherman talk.
I have won. I caught you.
So as you see, this is the fish he caught. Absolutely a masterpiece of a catch.
Fish. You and I never
Go ahead and run through his dialogue of asking about what happened,
I wrote.
then about if he caught this monster on his own,
Indeed, I in the end.
and about why he went so far,
Why? The Petrini did. That's what I.
and about anything he needs help with.
You would help an old man. All right, find him. And after that, it's time.
Yeah, he just wants you to find him his bottle of beer that he had laid to want to drink with one of his friends when he returned, and we bring that back to him, and he enjoys it. That's basically all there is to it. Very, very simple quest. But it's kind of just a little neat, heartfelt quest. But from there, we're just going to travel back to where we left off, since the quest is activated now, and go back to the Frozen Coast. The rest of this area is very, very easy. You have made it through the hardest parts, so congratulate yourselves on that. We are kind of in the home stretch to the Rose Estate from here on. Just a few areas to go. Go ahead and knock some of these frozen wolves off, just with some fire, make your life easy. They can get kind of annoying when you fight two of them at once. Up here, there's going to be one of those things that flings stuff at you, kind of like the corroded ones, but this one flings ice at you. I'm going to actually run around this thing and drop a fire thing on it. I'm going to run to the side. And I'm going to drop a fire thing, burn the thing. And that will just make really quick work of that. There'll be one more of those that we have to fight here then coming up here. There'll be another ice thing, a couple corrosions up here too as well. I believe we are using, yes, increases inflicted damage on carcasses. Up here, there's going to be a couple things to deal with. There's going to be a dude to the ground right here. Definitely hit him first. There's going to be elite back there too, so we don't want to attract the elite. We want to take out the other ones first. That's the elite. We don't want to fight him just yet. We want to get the attention of these other guys first. And then we'll fight the elite. So this elite you might have remembered from the base game. He's in one of the villages in the base game. Not too bad. You can, use fire, or you can use a special grindstone. I'm just going to use a special grindstone, make it really easy. Oh shit, did I not? But once he's dead, the rest of this is pretty easy, I'd say, for the most part. A couple things to deal with there, but I'd be more concerned about this thing over here. Kind of strafe him back to the side. Drop a fire thing. Going to give you another one of the ancient discs. Then down here, there's going to be like a kind of an open area. And this is kind of the next area as well. Go ahead and look to your left. You're going to see a lighthouse. This is our next objective. We have a few things to do up in the lighthouse, as well as another Krat dark secret as well to uncover. This will give us like Krat mysteries of the haunted lighthouse. And then go ahead and get the Stargazer. Alright, so from the Stargazer, the first thing we're going to do here at the lighthouse is we're actually going to fight a giant fish. So we're going to run out back here, run down these stairs, and then the final stairs are going to break off. So be ready to fight this fish once that happens. This fish is basically not too bad. It's basically a corrupted fish, but it's a big one, has a bunch of health. It's going to fly up into the air, spin at you and stuff. Just, you know, do the best you can. Use your grindstone. Use fire. It's not too bad of a fight. This attack, you can just dodge out of the way. It's going to do this a few times. Just double tap dodge. It does have one grab attack too, so be careful with the grab attack. That's the grab attack. It's kind of weird. Does some weird shit with the camera. Go. I'm going to go ahead and use that last grindstone. And that's going to give you a nice full moonstone there. Once you beat the fish then, these other pads will come up to be able to exit this area then, since the steps broke off. There's one item to pick up over here by this giant whale. That's ridiculous. And then you can go ahead and take the steps that go across. Then inside here, this will just open up into the other area that we were already at. And just a few enemies, you know, to get around here through. And then this is just going to go to the same path back to the lighthouse. So as you see, this just went down and around, and it came back this way. Alright, with that, go back to the lighthouse. And now we're going to go up. Over here, you're going to find the bottle of beer for the fisherman. Also the young fisherman's letter as well. Also a pretty grim story with that as well, so if you wanted to read that, The storytelling in this game is just so good. Always recommend that. Anyway, though, go up to the very top of the lighthouse. There's going to be a ladder up here. Also some loot to grab as well. And then we're going to meet Dorothy one more time. This will be another part to her quest. And this is going to be where we first see the Rose Estate.
We found it. The Rose Estate.
Honestly, the Rose Estate is not bad at all. It looks intimidating, like as a final area, but it's not. It's really, it's probably one of the easiest areas. I don't know if they rushed it or whatnot, but it'll go by really quick. I kind of wish they would have drug it out a little bit more with the build-up, you know, to Arlecchino, but they just, I don't know, I feel like they rushed it. Anyway, though, go ahead and talk to Rosaura.
My forever friend. I'm so glad to see you. I found the Rose. I'm okay. I miss my old. Will you promise?
And she's going to give you a few things, which is a photo of Tree of Friendship. So this Tree of Friendship, we're going to find her in the present time later on. And this is just kind of where we're going to find her at. And then we're also going to get the third piece of her drawing.
Rosaura's created. I'm sure when your journey.
Just make sure and run through all her dialogue. And then we're going to go down these stairs right here. And this will bring us to the last black rabbit hole door. Also a little item there to pick up. Motivity crank. Nice little cozy room here for the last one. Go ahead and open the safe. And you're going to get the last outfit. Or the last black rabbit hood outfit. Kind of a cool one. It's a little different than the other ones. So, also gonna, when you get that, it's going to give you the missing key logs, which is kind of funny. A logbook to Eccentric's missing keys. What are we going to do with this idiot? So basically the dude that loses the keys, it's just kind of a thing, you know, riping at him. Kind of funny. And then we can just drop down to there. And then this brings us back to the base. From here, we are going to go do a few other things here. We're going to go teleport to another Stargazer. We're going to go deliver the beer bottle right away to the Fisherman. And that will wrap up his quest, and this will also give us a key then as well. And we're going to lie to him too. We're going to tell him that the town was very happy that he caught the fish, even though the town is all dead. We're going to lie to him here.
It's time to... Good. This is the bottle of beer I saved. I bought 3 bottles. I already drank 2. The one I swore I don't. Did you praise my catch to the...
Did you praise it? Everyone in the village is dead. Everyone was impressed by your catch. Everyone was impressed by your catch.
Did the brat crack a grin? I bet he did. It's why I caught the fish. To teach Manolin a life lesson. That we are not made for defeat. That humans can be destroyed but not defeated. Let's raise a toast to victory. With the beer I saved for this day.
So, kind of a cool little quest there. It's going to give you the Fisherman's Weathered Key, which we'll use in a little bit here. Just hold on to that. Now we're going to go back to the Stargazer, and this time we're going to actually head back to the hotel. So go ahead and head back to Hotel Krat Eventide. And we're gonna finish up the last cipher quest as well as get the last record as well. I gotta stop saying as well. I say as well a lot. I just...
Any enemy of the alchemists.
Sorry about that,
a friend
guys.
Of mine. Come to me anytime.
Anyway, though, go ahead and decrypt a cipher machine and hand over the frosted cipher machine.
None of the keys
he's
I
going to
have.
tell you
Perhaps one of the alchemists
about
or
one of the
their
keys from the
associates
alchemist that possesses the key.
They often conceal cipher.
This is basically you just kill
I can't believe the
Lumacchio.
leader
Once
of
you
the
kill
bastards
Lumacchio,
was conspiring
he's the
with
leader of the
alchemists.
bastards.
Well, let me take a look at those clothes for a moment. I'd hoped I wouldn't. I'll decrypt it right away. Lumacchio didn't simply cooperate with the I am truly disappointed. Considering who the lighthouse keeper. If so, the only piece.
So he's going to tell you about the Lighthouse Keeper, the coded frosted cipher machine text. There's basically a hidden chamber at the bottom of the lighthouse, and I'll show you how to open that here in a bit. Go ahead and go back, and we're going to head back to the lighthouse. And you remember that one item I told you guys to buy from the merchant that makes your weight heavy? Well, we're going to be using that. Basically, there's a weight plate that only opens up this door when you're super heavy. So this time we're going to go down to the bottom of the lighthouse, and you're going to see this plate here. If you investigate it, you're going to see this place shown in decoded frosted cipher machine text. The raised floor is a little heavy.
Suspicious.
So it's going to give you a little hint.
There aren't really that many places someone as heavy as that lighthouse keeper can hide it.
Go ahead and put on the Giant's Amulet. This is the one we got from the merchant that we had bought. And then once you do, this will open. You can make your way in here, and then you can read about his journal, the Lighthouse Keeper's journal. Another very, very grim story with his as well. Like I said before, the storytelling is just fantastic. But you can go ahead and take that heavy amulet off now. And you can go ahead and just put that back on. Damage inflicted on carcasses. But with all that out of the way, we're going to go back and finish up these cipher quests. There's 3 total. Once you do all 3, you can get the last record. Well, not the last record. Well, it's kind of the last record in a way. Not really the last record, but it's kind of. You'll see what I mean later on. Basically, there's a second version of this record we're going to get. But if you do this quest right, then you can have all, every single one of them. But go ahead and talk to the tracker, and after we're done talking to him, we're going to lie to him, and he's going to ask us about the future of Krat. We're going to lie to him and say it's beautiful and whatnot. The other choice is going to be like, it's terrible.
Any enemy of the alchemists as a friend of mine.
Go ahead and report that Krat dark secret.
The door only opened to condemn the as long as the alchemists.
It's going to give you the famed detective coat as well as the famed
Tragedies such as
detective
this
hat,
shall never
which is pretty
end.
cool, actually.
Thank you for revealing another truth. Without you, the alchemist's secrets would have stayed locked away forever. More problems remain, of course. For all intents and purposes, Krat remains under the thumb of the alchemists. I know that what I'm doing is something that must be done, but I often feel like I'm fighting alone in meaningless battles. The enemy is great, and I am but one man. Will my efforts ultimately be in vain? Will the terrible truths I know ever be revealed to the people of Krat?
So you went to lie to him and say they will be, and Krat will be saved.
You fascinate me. You talk of future events as if they've already happened. Your words bring great comfort. Thank you. They also remind me yet again of the person I must protect. My only family, someone whose life I may be destined to toil through life, mired. That's the sole reason I remain here.
And that will give you Survivor, the black version of Survivor. So there's 2 versions of Survivor in this DLC. There's the black and the red. This, finishing all the cipher quest, will give you the black.
For now, I intend to. I believe it is time for.
And the red we'll get later on. With that out of the way, though, let's go ahead back to the Stargazer. And we're going to go ahead and go grab and finish out Goddard's quest. So you remember Goddard from the zoo that was working on a painting for us? We're going to go finish that out. Going to go to the zoo tram station. We're going to go talk to Goddard. But it's a Souls game. So remember, Goddard is going to be dead. You're gonna visit Goddard, and she's just going to be dead in her chair. because everybody dies in a Souls game. It's just how it is. Every time. Every time. But go ahead and pick up her painting. You're going to want to look at her painting as well and inspect it. Just look at it basically. And then by doing that, you're going to get this to the one within the darkness. And then you'll get the clear blue sky record from here. So another record. With that out of the way, we're going to go back to Hotel Krat one more time. Go ahead and teleport back to Hotel Krat. And we're going to finish out that quest. Technically the quest is finished, but it's not finished until it's finished, you know? And once we load back into here, we're just going to look back at this wall, walk over to this wall, and we're going to hang the painting. So now we've hung the nice little clear blue sky painting. Pretty cool. But anyway, though, guys, that is going to wrap up this episode, actually. This is where we're going to cut off. The next episode, we will be entering the Rose Estate, and we might actually do the entire Rose Estate and finish this out. This might just be a 6 or 7 part walkthrough, because the episodes were longer this time, which I kind of like doing it this way. It's easier to follow, I believe, for you guys. Yeah, hopefully this got you through this area and killed Lumacchio. That was the only boss we really had to deal with today. But other than that, we got a few other records and completed a few more side quests, and we're on our way to finish out the DLC. So we're in the final stretch, guys. Stay tuned. Much more coming soon.